What's happening, Jackson High School? It's Mr. Flood. I was at your school last fall. You guys should remember me, and I know I sent a video to you about 3 or 4 weeks, about a month after I was there. I hope you're all well. I had emailed. I try and stay in touch with schools that I visit, throughout my years, and I stay in touch with. I sent an email out to Mrs. Pizzo, and she had asked me if I would send all of you a video, some kind of an encouraging video, which I've been doing for some schools over the past several weeks. I don't know how long it's been now, but I wanted to connect with all of you and tell you that I'm thinking about you and everybody in Massillon, where I had such an awesome time. Mr. Cracker and the staff there, everybody treated me so well, and for the short time that I was there. So thank you again for that. I know I sent you. I think I did. I hope I did. I know I did. Sent you guys a video about a month after I was there, telling you thank you and reminding you of the challenges I gave you when I presented. So I've been sending out videos to schools, like I said before, and of course, like any good adult, I'm not nagging you, but I am going to remind you of the challenges that I gave you when I was there, because I think that I know these three things are so applicable now to what we're going through, this crazy, weird, strange, unforeseen, scary. Uh, I can't think of any other adjectives to describe it. I mean, I know there's 100 other ones, but this time that we're going through with this isolation, and it's brutal in New York. It is just, our kids got let out. Well, Justin's been home since the beginning of March. My daughter came home from college in the middle of March, and it's just been brutal here in New York with people getting sick and people dying. My wife was in the hospital for almost a week. She works in a hospital. She got sick, and she spent a week. She's been out of work for 6 weeks, but she spent a week in the hospital, a week at home sick, us taking care of her, and a week in the hospital. And this ain't the flu, I will tell you that. So I am, about to go stir crazy. So these videos, like I didn't tell Ms. Pizzo, but I want to say thank you for giving me something to do, because I haven't spoken since March 6th, and I don't know when my next speech is. Maybe in July, maybe in September, maybe, I don't know. If schools will even do assemblies. So thank you for letting me, tell you about my problems. We're okay though. My family is fine. I'm healthy. I didn't catch anything from my wife, and neither did my kids. So I hope all your families are healthy and well. So reminder, challenges. Look on the inside. We're all alike on the inside. If this pandemic doesn't absolutely prove that 100%, I don't know what could, right? I'm just as vulnerable as you. Your family's just as vulnerable as my family. So we're all the same. And what that does, and I'm sure I said this to you guys a few times when I was there, what that does, when you realize you're just like someone else, it should give you empathy and compassion for that person. Certainly in a perfect world, you'd have empathy and compassion for everyone. But, maybe it just starts with people that are like you. And when you realize that everyone's like you, then you should have empathy and compassion for everyone. So that's the goal you want to shoot for. That's what I shoot for every day. And the second challenge I gave you that's so super important now is connecting with and saying thank you to your teachers, because I guarantee you that none of your teachers had taught remotely before. Maybe, I don't know, 5 of them, 10, 1, maybe 20, I don't know, but I doubt it. Most teachers didn't have experience teaching remotely. And whereas they used to be able to separate their home life from school life, now everything's jumbled together. They may have a spouse, they may not have a spouse, they may have kids that are younger than you guys that have to be, or at your age, who have to be engaged and help them learn online with their teachers wherever they go to school. They may have pets. Not a lot of teachers have like a safe room in their house where they can lock themselves away from their families. I mean, maybe some of them do. I'm sure some of them want to have that. But it's so important that you stay connected to your teachers, guys. And I know it's coming up on the end of the year. I don't even know when Ohio schools end. I'm going to guess we're late. New York is, and we're done for the whole year, right? The governor canceled schools for us for the rest of the year last week. So I think you guys go till the end of May. I'm not sure. But, be there for your teachers. Show up. Don't you want to be the kid next year when you get back to school that the teacher looks at you and says, hey, I remember you, that you showed up virtually online, that you were on time, you handed your assignments in, etc. Don't you want to be that kid? that they remember. So just be there for them, because I know kids are struggling now, but everything I'm hearing from principals and administrators that I'm talking to now, and teachers, is that teachers are really struggling trying to keep their kids engaged. And the third challenge I gave you was that no one should eat alone. Now, of course, I know, and show up, right? But of course, I know that you're not going to go eat with someone now. But think about all the kids, guys, in your school who were isolated when school was in session, and think about how doubly isolated they are. Maybe they have no brothers and sisters. They're an only child. They're a foster kid. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe they have a huge family, but they're still lonely and isolated because they introverted, which isn't a bad thing, right? Being introverted is not a bad thing. It can just be tough to connect and get to know people. So now more than ever is the time for us to reach out to them. And the message I've been giving to schools is, we're going to lose people because of this virus. People are getting sick. People are dying. Right? Let's not lose anybody because of sadness, loneliness, isolation, and depression. Those things might not be preventable, but there's a simple cure to that: connection, reaching out to people, connecting with others. So reach out to someone. I had a teacher the other day, about a week or two ago. She emailed me and she said, "Mr. Flood, I'm a teacher and I heard you speak, and I am having a hard time engaging with and connecting with my students." She teaches deaf students and students that are hearing impaired. And she was really having a hard time working with them on the computer. And I said to her, "When was the last time any of your kids probably got a letter in the mail, a handwritten letter?" And she said, "Oh my God, I never thought of that." And it's something so simple. As a matter of fact, her daughter, right at that time, she said, "My daughter and I are writing cards to our family, like just greeting cards. Hey, we're thinking about you." I could easily write letters to kids. And I said, "Why? Right? I love getting mail. It's just, I don't know if you guys have ever written a letter, and I don't care how you reach out to someone: text, fax, an email, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't care if you send a carrier pigeon to their house. When was the last time you put a pen to paper? I don't even know if kids write anymore. I know my kids don't, but put a pen to paper and maybe pop in, what does it take, an envelope, a stamp, and you put it in your mailbox? 10 minutes to maybe brighten someone's day, a week. Put a pen to paper, and let's not lose people because of loneliness, sadness, isolation, and depression. I think Mr. Cracker and the staff there would tell you the same thing. And the last thing I want to say to you before I say something to the seniors is this: how do you want to come out of this isolation? You can come out a worse person, like mentally all messed up. You can come out the same, or you can come out better. How can I come out better, Mr. Flood? Well, if you work on yourself personally, and you work on self-development, self-improvement, pray, meditate, read, connect with people, have deeper conversations with people. You have no distractions. There's no sports, there's no swimming, there's no tennis, there's no soccer, there's no baseball, there's no softball, there's no taekwondo. There's no music, there's no plays. Maybe there are, maybe you're still doing some of that type of stuff. And I'm not saying sports are a distraction. They're a great thing, but if you're not doing them, you've got a whole bunch of other time on your hands. Connect with people. It's so important. That's how you come out of this a better person, by forging stronger connections with people. And lastly, I want to say to the seniors, I don't know, I don't remember. I was looking back at my notes. I don't know if I spoke to the seniors there, if it was just the freshmen and the sophomores, or if it was kind of a mixed audience. I forget what Mr. Cracker had me do. But anyway, but seniors, irregardless of whether or not you know me, I grieve with you. If you're not having a graduation ceremony when you expected, or if you lost your prom already, or if they're going to do something in the summer. I don't know what the situation is. At our high school in our town, there have already been rumors. They're talking about having a winter dance in December for the seniors, like in place of the prom. I don't know. I know every school is going to be different. But so I grieve that. I get that. I understand that. When you don't have a graduation ceremony, you want to be recognized and acknowledged for your accomplishments. I get that. I totally get that. For our 16, 17, 18-year-olds, I know that's important. But I will tell you this, and I'm not going to be the person who says, you should be grateful for what you have, people are dying. That's not me. I'm not going to be that person. But I will tell you this. I'm 55. In your life, there will be births, there'll be deaths, there'll be weddings, there'll be divorces, there'll be new jobs, there'll be loss of jobs, there'll be anniversaries and birthdays and graduations, and then there'll be things that are missed and canceled. And certainly this is an unprecedented time. I think older people who even went through World War II and can remember what that was like, no one even has any context for this isolation that we're in. but you can come out of this a better person. I promise you, you can. I promise you, you can. And your graduation, it might be a teaching tool for someday when, if you want to, have kids, you know, or a younger brother or sister, or someone in your family who's suffering, struggling with missing something. Say, you know, we didn't have a graduation when I was in high school because there was a pandemic. I don't know that that will be the case, but this is just, it's another thing. You can put this in your bank account, not your money bank account, but your bank account of learning experiences. And man, this is a harsh one. This is a long one. This is an isolating one. But it's one that you can use in the future, guaranteed. It's what are you going to create? How are you going to come out of this? What are you going to create from this? So I had an awesome time. I think Ohio, I don't think, I know, other than I think New York, Ohio might be like, it's definitely in the top 3 of states that I've spoken in. It might be 4: Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Ohio might be in the top 2. I love my time there. I love, Massillon. I had such a great time in Jackson when I was there. And I've been so many other towns, but I love the kids in Ohio. Seniors, I hope you have a good end to the year, that there's some type of event for you. I know that Mr. Cracker will do that. He'll do whatever is the best for you guys. I'm sure after getting input from you and the PTA and the parents and the school and the administrators and all kinds of stuff like that. You have such great staff taking care of you there. So I hope I see you guys down the road. I'm sure I'll be back someday. But be well. Don't let anybody isolate. And if you're a person isolating, reach out to somebody. Have a great day, guys.